Welcome to the deep dive. So sometimes, the most interesting stuff isn't in these huge reports.
Right.
It's in the little bits and pieces, the digital crumbs an organization leaves behind, like a title, or maybe just contact info.
Yeah, exactly. Little clues.
And today, that's what we're doing, putting on our digital detective hats, you could say.
Sounds fun.
Our source material. It's just excerpts from something called OpenAI, GPT, and Chatbots in Portuguese customer service, the Portugal Tech Hub.
Okay. Not a lot to go on, maybe.
That's the mission. Can we pull out real insights from what seems like pretty limited information?
Well, this is where looking at the context really pays off, I think.
How so?
Even small bits of data, if you analyze them right, can tell you a surprising amount about a company's strategy, its focus, how it operates.
Okay.
So for this deep dive, the question really is, what can we actually figure out about this entity, Zataron, and what they're about, just from looking at their public face, like this title?
Just the title and surrounding bits.
Yeah. The answers might actually be quite revealing.
All right, let's give it a shot. First, clues.
Yeah.
The source says it's attributed to Portugal Light Tech,
Okay.
and it's copyrighted by Zataron. And like we said, the title includes the Portugal Tech Hub.
Right.
So what does that tell us straight off the bat about Zataron?
Well, what's really striking there is how deliberate it seems. They're immediately setting up this specific geographic connection, Portugal.
Not just generic tech.
Exactly. Fused with that clear tech identity. So it positions Zataron not as some faceless global company, but as someone, deeply rooted in that specific regional tech scene.
Part of the ecosystem there.
Yeah. It suggests they might be using local talent, or maybe they understand the Portuguese market really well.
Could be capitalizing on local incentives, too.
Perhaps, or even just cultural things. But it's a very specific choice of identity, very deliberate.
Okay. And then there's the rest of the title. OpenAI, GPT and Chatbots in Portuguese customer service. That gets even more specific. This isn't just a broad AI company. It's like super niche.
If you connect that back, yeah, it really points to a highly specialized focus within AI.
So they're not just playing around with AI.
Doesn't look like it. They're using OpenAI's GPT models, those big language models.
Generative pre-trained transformers.
Right, those. And applying them specifically to customer interactions, which is complex stuff.
And the Portuguese customer service part.
That's crucial, I think. It means they're probably tackling specific language issues, maybe cultural communication styles.
Things a generic solution might miss.
Exactly. Could even be local regulations. It really signals a strategic niche. They're aiming for maybe a real competitive edge in a very defined market.
Interesting. Now, this next bit, this adds a little twist. The date on the excerpt.
Oh, yeah.
It says July 26, 2025.
Wait, 2025? That's in the future.
Yeah, from when we're talking now, anyway.
Huh. Okay. That does raise a question, doesn't it?
Like what?
Is this like a strategic thing? A forward-looking announcement? Maybe teasing something they plan to release or publish?
Or maybe just a placeholder?
Could be. Maybe it just means they're constantly working on this stuff, keeping it current.
Either way.
Either way, it signals they're right on top of things, maybe even trying to be predictive. It suggests a company that's either very organized with its content planning.
Or just wants to project that image, maybe. Being ahead of the curve.
Right, projecting that future-focused image.
Okay, so the initial picture is Zataron, specialized, Portuguese tech focus, maybe looking ahead.
Seems like it.
So the next set of clues, then, is about how they interact with the world. Their communication, how they're set up.
An operational side.
Yeah. They've got this really clear call to action. Start your AI journey with our experts.
Okay, very inviting.
And then these quick links home about case studies, careers, blogs. What do these tell us about how they want people to engage?
Well, that setup immediately says they're more than just like an info website.
They're selling something.
They're an active service provider, yeah.
Right.
Trying to get business. The case studies link is a big clue there.
That was so
It's
good.
not just showing off work. It's basically a sales tool, right?
Yeah.
To give you concrete examples of what they can do, successes they've had, real-world stuff.
Proof points.
Exactly. And careers. That shouts growth. They're hiring, expanding. It suggests a professional setup, confident in scaling up.
So putting it together.
Together, it really shows they want active collaboration. They're not just passive. They're showcasing what they can do.
And their actual contact info, their presence, it seems really solid. They've got everything.
Like what?
Email, phone number, even a physical address. 456 Neural Drive, Silicon Square, California.
Girl Drive.
Yeah.
Silicon Square. Okay, they're definitely leaning into the tech vibe there.
Right. But it's a physical address, and then tons of social media, Discord, Instagram, LinkedIn, GitHub, Facebook, the works.
Wow, okay. That's comprehensive. That whole package, the range of contact options, it really signals they're serious about being accessible.
And building community, maybe, with Discord and GitHub.
Yeah, exactly. Building a community, the physical address, even with the kind of quirky name, gives them grounding, credibility.
A place in the real world.
Mm-hmm. And being across all those different social platforms, that's a multi-pronged strategy. LinkedIn for the business side, talent.
Discord for the tech community, maybe support.
Mm-hmm.
GitHub for showing their technical chops.
Precisely. And the others for just general brand awareness. It shows they're not just pushing a service, they're inviting people in, sharing transparency. That's pretty important in tech today.
So looking back, we've actually learned quite a lot, haven't we?
Yeah, I think so.
Even without reading the full article, just looking at the wrapper, the publisher, Zadron, the title, that date, all the contact stuff.
The surrounding information.
Yeah. It paints a pretty clear picture of the company's identity, what they specialize in, how they operate. It really does show you can get a lot from the periphery.
It absolutely does. Which leads to a bigger thought, maybe. What can you really figure out about any organization or maybe an emerging trend just by looking at these digital footprints?
Like a title, a contact page.
A social media profile, yeah.
Yeah.
How much of a deep dive can you really do just by looking at the context, not the main text?
And what does that tell us?
Well, what might it tell us about how companies try to position themselves, how they signal what they're about in this, information everywhere world?
That's a great point.
Yeah.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? How much information is actually sitting right there, just off to the side, in our everyday digital world?